We went again to the website to see what worldwide people thought, and people believe 35.98% of the population that took this test said that they think the PS3 would be the best system of the year. But in our survey, we had 15 people out of 25, so that was the 60%. So we actually believe that there's a greater probability that the PS3 will win. So once again, we used the one proportion C test to test whether the percentage is actually higher. And again, we use the TI-89 for this and input our data. And we got that our p-value is 0.0062, that they will be equal. So we concluded that, in fact, the percentage that PS3 will be the best system of the year is way higher than 35.98.
So for our conclusion, we concluded that our hypothesis was disproved, that Need for Speed Hot Pursuit was not the game of the year for 2011, but it will actually be a first-person shooter, which will be a sequel probably to Call of Duty or something kind of like that. And the next conclusion was that it was a gaming console to be Sony gaming, and it will be like another PlayStation, such as a PlayStation Revolution. And for future research on this topic, we only asked a few questions about which gamings everyone liked, and our survey size wasn't that big, so we could have different questions in a different sample size. And if you want to do more studies, then you could ask how these games will help you with hand-eye coordination and reaction skills, like if you wanted to be a surgeon or in the military and stuff like that.
For our references, we got some of them from Google Images, mainly from some of the most popular games. If you could see Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, so forth. We also got the videos from YouTube and our sample group from Reinhardt University. And I want to say for our acknowledgments, Dr. Richard Summers, who is our professor, and Professor Elizabeth Smith, who is also one of our more esteemed professors at Reinhardt University.
Dr. Zuniga.
He ain't here, so you don't get the...
He's right there.
I messed up. And, okay, so any questions?
Did you take into account the biases towards PS3 and Xbox 360, or towards the different games that you chose to question?
We did, on the survey, I left it as a question of which system do you think would be best, and I let them choose between, well actually I didn't give them a choice. They got to choose their own system. Some of the others actually stated that the DSi, the PSP, or even the iPad system would be one of the better systems. And according to Game FAQ, the PSP ranked about 5.38 on the worldwide percentage scale. So, because they were running so low, we decided to go with 3 main consoles. Because usually, as myself, I have all 3 consoles, so I can say I can go with all 3 and more forward. But for biasness, depending on how the gamer feels, that's on their own decisions. Because one of my friends, we always keep arguing, which one's better, the PS3 or the 360? He says the 360, I say the PS3. Statistically speaking, I'm right. To him, I can't. It's like trying to move a brick wall.
What led you to your hypothesis that Need for Speed would be? Was it just like personal experience, or did you research?
Just like the graphics and stuff that it has, the high pixels and stuff.
And yeah, personal experience. Also, I took these two had to I had to put them through video boot camp to play the game. But
I'm betting you never played Call of Duty before this.
That is a good game, though.
Also, I played them on a different system. I played it on the 360, and the controls and sensitivity for the 360, in my opinion, is a lot lower, whereas the PS3 is a lot higher. But it's mainly based on your own. You have to play for yourself. That's what I usually like to say.
The
sample size for 25 people, did they all come from like, the same class or same department, or did you have like a sample throughout?
It was a general sample group. We went to the most common place on our campus, the recreation center, where usually everyone likes to hang out. And I said, hey, fill us out.
Okay.
So we had some girls, boys, some students who've never played video games before. And it's a point.
We didn't take a survey.
Did you collect the data on age, race, all of that kind of stuff? Did you collect anything like that?
No. Usually when it comes to gaming, I don't try to include race or gender or even age, because if I did that, then someone like say for Dr. Summers, he might prefer Call of Duty Black Ops, whereas Professor Smith prefers, I don't know, God of War.
Tetris.
Tetris is a classic.
And that is depending on how they feel as what they like more. So I didn't want to put that in there. And if I did include gender, it probably would have shown that more of the women actually like first-person shooters as much as God of War for guys, because of blood and guts galore to shooting people in the head.
Which is fun too.
When you say that your two populations are different, if you're taking a random sample of students at Reinhardt to people who are on game FAQs, which is going to be people who are playing these games, who are interested in that two different groups that you're looking at?
Not really. Everyone who took the survey and actually filled out the words that filled out saying, yeah, I like the PS3 or whatever, I know I can say with the assurance that they have played the system before, or they own the system. And they're not heavy duty gamers like you would get off of Game FAQ, but they are to the point where they can give a full out good opinion of how the system works and know what they like, what they dislike, and how it compared to different systems. If that answers your question.
Maybe this is a dumb question, but do you know how Game FAQ got their information?
They put out a poll. Every time they go to the website, they have a set poll saying, hey, which game of the year which system do you think is the game of the year? Or what system is the system of the year? Or what game of the year do you believe is this? And they give you a set choices. Usually, when they first start the choices, it's just a type-in point. You type in your favorite game. Then they go ahead and take the highest numbers and put that as a choice. They go ahead and let people continue with the choice, keep shrinking it down and reducing it until they have the three main games, which can either be, which in this previous year was a 360 game, a PS3, and a Wii. But the 360 and the PS3 games were actually dual compatible, so they could be played on two different systems.
With the game FAQ, do you think that maybe people on that website are more likely to have played more than one system, whereas the average college student can afford 3 different gaming systems?
Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that people on Game FAQ know a lot about games and would definitely want variety. But like a college student, yeah, there's budgets, and so no, you can only have probably one, maybe.
So you have friends. That's why you have friends.
I mean, we have 2 prime examples. These 2 ladies each own a PS.
I own like 5 systems.
Oh, she has 5. And right now I'm carrying 2 PSPs on me from. When I upgraded, I forgot to trade in my old PSP. But I'm carrying 2 PSPs, PlayStation, and PS3 with me when we came up here. But that's just because I.
It also depends on how much of a gamer I guess you would say you are. I mean, I don't know the rankings really, but it just depends on what you like.
Any other questions? Concerns?
That was an excellent presentation, and we thank you.